Good afternoon, Mr. Girl.
Thank you. You all right? All right. What we want to do is today and on the subsequent weeks, we want to have speakers for you all that come in and just talk to you all about the things. Today we have Mr. Williams with us today. Some of you all may know him. Some of y'all probably remember. You remember some of you all. But what we want to do today, we want to give you all a message that we hope that you take to heart. I'm not going to take any more of his time. But at this time, please give him an Aberdeen welcome. Make him feel at home.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Just raise your hand for me real quick if I talk to you. All right, so listen, here's what this is really. What this is a continuation of what we used to talk about in career discovery anyway, right? So you've grown 5 years in your life, 6 years in your life, you're 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. You're somewhere in that range of your life. But what I want to talk to you about is your dreams, success, and are you putting that work in to make this thing real? That's the first thing. So when I want to talk to you, when we talk about success, we have people with these massive dreams. I want to be a lawyer. I want to go to the league. I want to be in the NBA. I want to own my own business. But then when I say, tell me what your GPA look like, when I ask about that GPA, you sitting on a 1.9? You got a 1.9 and you talking about being an engineer? Have you lost your... See, here's what's going to happen today. We're going to keep it 100. Ooh. So, see, y'all, you know that term, right? Y'all want to talk about keeping it 100. Let's keep it 100, and let's talk about this dream of you being an engineer, you being a doctor, you going to the NBA, and you ain't on the team yet. How we going to make that happen? So here's what I'm going to say. Let me show you one demonstration. Let me see a book bag. Pretty heavy. I can grab your book bag or not your book bag and determine pretty much whether you passing or not. So well, how can you do that? Because if you got the resources you need in here, more times than not, you'll at least use them. Some of y'all are walking around with an empty book bag. Even if you wanted to learn today, you don't have anything to write with anyway. Even if today you decide...
Oh, shit, I said.
Even today, if you decided, I'm ready to change, I'm ready to give 110, you don't have the resources. Anybody ever seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness? Let me show you that vision. This man is walking, Will Smith is walking down the street, and he see this guy pull up in a nice vehicle. And he asks him, how do you get that? He says, I'm a stockbroker, or I'm an investment banker, or whatever it is. He says, how can I start doing that? So he shows him. Here's what happened. Will Smith loses everything. He becomes homeless. You talk about not having resources, he becomes homeless. But the reason he want to do it is so strong. I want to take care. I got a son. See, it was one part of the movie. He had to sleep in the bathroom in the subway with his son. I cannot even provide a place to stay for my son. My reason for wanting to be a broker is so big right now. So when he says, okay, this is what you got to do. You got to call 300 people a day. That's nothing. Anything else you want me to do? He gets arrested. Because he's trying to paint and do some things. He gets arrested when he's getting ready to do his interview for the job. He wants it so bad, he shows up with paint on him at the interview. And they looking at him saying, hey, now I know you're a professional. Tell me one reason why I should hire you. And he told him a joke. But the thing is, he got the job. Why? Because they saw that passion in him. What's your reason for coming to this building? Let me show you something. How old are you? 17 years ago, maybe 18, depending on when she had you. Your mama mama was pregnant with you. And when she realized that this is going to be her son, she would probably rub her stomach and say, I cannot wait for you to be born. I can't wait to hear how you speak. Because when my wife, when we decided to have kids and we had our first little girl, I would rub her stomach. I was like, babe, I just want to listen to her. I can't wait to see and hear how she talk. But you know what? My wife never did rub her stomach, and your mom never did rub her stomach and say, this gonna be my bad kid. This gonna be the one I got to go up to the school every day. Woo, I can't wait. She didn't say that, man. She did not say that. She was waiting for you. Your parents have dreams for you. You say, well, Mr. Williams, my dad ain't around. Ain't? My dad lived in a whole nother state. I would see him in the summertime. Well, my parents don't really love me like your mom loved me. Ain't? You don't know right from wrong. You don't know how to sit down and take good notes. The teachers show you that. That has nothing to do with your mom and daddy. I can't buy Jordans. Jordans don't make you. Let me show you one. It was this girl who was homeless. She was a 4.0 student. You know how she would study? She would hold up a cell phone and use the light. What's your excuse? I saw a picture of a guy. This dad had went to pick up his son. Obviously, the expectation was up here. I can just hear this conversation. He was an Asian kid. I can hear his daddy saying, son, by the time we get home, their homework better be done. He's like, well, that ain't so bad. I can do the homework in the car. They on a motorcycle. They on a motorcycle. I see the picture. Dad's doing this. The son's in the back getting that homework done. Because he knows. When I get home, it needs to be complete. What's your excuse? What's your reason? Here's the run. I tell teachers this all the time. The number one reason probably why their kid is acting a fool and won't do what he needs to do, he or she does not have a vision for their life. You got to have a vision. You got to have a reason to walk through that door and to sit down and shut up and take notes. You got to have a reason, because when you don't, that's when you act stupid. You don't have a reason. So here's what I'm saying. If you don't have a reason for yourself, if you don't want to do it for you, which is crazy, it's mind-blowing to me. I have kids all the time who say, I don't care. She going to give me a 0. I don't care. You going to send me the ISS. I don't care. You should, though. That's the problem. You should care. If you ain't going to do it for you, do it for your mama. Even if she the worst person. Because without her, you wouldn't be here anyway. You can thank her enough for that and say, Mom, you made a lot of bad choices, but the fact that you brought me in the world, I'm going to bring you home A's and B's. I can even go deeper than that. My man right here, over here, and everybody here probably got a $500 or bigger cell phone. $500 and you ain't got a job, but you mad if your mama say, ain't spending $500 on a phone, I would get you $500 worth of books. You would look at her like she crazy. So she gets you the phone. Tell me your name again. Tyree. She gets you the phone, Tyree. And she say, okay, now bring me home A's and B's. You can't do it. But you mad. Because she won't get you the new one in 6 months. Who wrong? Y'all spoiled. You spoiled. I'm going to keep it 100. You are spoiled. Rotten. You spoiled rotten, but here's the deal. You don't have to stay that way. You go home tonight, and you can do this if you want to, but I'm telling you how to change your life. You go home tonight and you tell your parents, if you ain't been doing what you need to do, you tell them, I'm sorry. Because number one, I'm tarnishing my family name. When my kids go to school, I got 2 little girls. One of them 5, one of them 8. They already know if that school calls me for you not handling your business, we don't have anything to talk about. Don't come telling me what the teacher did. There ain't a teacher in this world that would more than likely just put you out of a classroom for no reason. Yes, it is. All right, wait a minute. Okay. All right, look. Maybe one. Maybe one. All right, let's move on. But here's the deal. I tell my kids, when you go to school, you don't just represent Madison. My girl's name is Madison and Megan. You don't represent Madison alone. You don't represent Megan alone. When that teacher looks at you, they look at your parents. If you ain't handling your business, they say, what is the parent doing at home with that kid? You represent more than you. You represent your grandma. You represent people who put blood, sweat, and tears. This Black History Month. Y'all must don't know your history. I don't think you even have heard of a concept called Black Wall Street that happened in Oklahoma when they were handling their business, their own hospital, own grocery store, own barber shop, own whatever it was they needed, own movie theater. They had their own planes in 1920. When his wife wanted some clothes, I read the story. When his wife wanted some clothes, he didn't take her down to Cato's, bro. He didn't take her down to Cato. My man knew his friend had a ship. He said, baby, here's $3,000. Sail on over to Europe and buy you what you want. This is in 1920. Listen to me. What's your excuse? You don't have a real excuse for why you don't come up here and handle your business. I told the last kids that were in here, last students that were in here, number one, when we ask about what does it mean to be a student? What does it mean to be a student? Give me your definition. What is a student? Head, number one, last word, learn. If I pull you to the side and say, tell me what you learned yesterday, 90% of you will say, I don't know. But guess what? You're not a student. You are a kid that comes to this school with or without your resources, but you ain't a student based on his definition if you are not learning. Learning is not just about going to school. Learning is lifelong. I'm 36 years old. I'm still learning. You don't stop learning. You always learn. And I'm going to give you this concept. We talked about this too. Right now, you're 15, 16, 17. Nobody in this crowd has ever been 36. But every teacher you have has been 15, 16, 17. Let them show you. They're your hindsight. Hindsight means they can look back and see what choices they made and how it played out. So when I tell you, you're talking about being an engineer and you can't pass math, you cannot become an engineer, you don't have to say, that's not right. I'm telling you because I know. I'm your hindsight. 2020, I got clear vision. I guarantee you, you let one of these teachers mentor you. And that's what we're going to talk about too. You need a mentor. You need somebody in your life who's going to tell you the truth. Somebody in your life who's not going to sugarcoat it, going to say, no, you better than that. You can do more than a C. You can do more than a B. You're A material. You're A material. And I'm not going to accept anything less than that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes it ain't the people at home. So whatever your atmosphere is at home, let that excuse go. My mama worked 2 jobs. She wasn't at home when I got home. I took it up on myself to do my homework. Nobody got to tell me to do homework. It's homework. Work at home. It's work. This is not playtime. It's time to go to work. You grind before you shine. Y'all already trying to shine. You ain't doing no grinding. Run around here with this fresh gear on. Boy, you look horrible. Your pants is at your knee, bruh. Let's hold on one second. Your pants down here. How is that shining? Let me be honest. Here's what happens with it. I'm going to tell you how that whole concept comes about. Especially my young men. Let me be honest with you. Here's where that concept comes about. And I know people say it's from prison and all, but let me show you how you got it. Because I had it, but I wasn't sagging. Whatever it was, whatever the thing was that what I saw they were doing, I was doing that. But here's how it comes. That whatever those videos you watching and that music you pump in your ear. Let me show you. You say, well, Mr. Williams, it don't really affect me. Yes, it does. When I was listening to Jay-Z and all them boys, and they might not be big in your name now, but when I was 14, I'm listening to those guys and the way they talk about women and the way they act, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Why? Because they 21, 22, 23, they a man, and I'm trying to become a man. So when I see them do it, I say, that's what a man is. So that's what I'm supposed to do because I see this man who's 21 doing that. That's what I'm supposed to do. So I started braiding my hair back. But it is not you. So what am I saying? You have men in the building. Men handle their business. That's what a man do. You watch these guys on TV with all kind of things going on in their life. It's entertainment, bruh. They don't go home and got all the weed and all this stuff going on in their backyard. It's illegal. They will go to jail. This is entertainment. You cannot buy into that lie. You are bigger than that. You are better than that. Put your pants on right. I can guarantee you, I can ask how many guys in here know what your real waist size is. You couldn't tell me. I think I'm about a 36. Bro, you this small. They're like a 22. You don't even know your real waist size. So what am I saying, man? I'm saying, listen to me. Listen, I want you to understand me. Everybody in this room was born with a purpose. I don't care what nobody tell you. I don't care how many people don't want to say positive things to you. You have a purpose in this world. You were sent here for a reason. Your job right now is to figure it out. And skipping class won't help you figure it out. Not studying won't help you figure it out. You may think that's what you're here for, but it's not. Let me show you something. Everything has a purpose. This is the cover to my iPad. But if you use something that has another purpose for something else, it's going to cause some pain. I'm going to show you for example. Take this and slap him up in the face with it. His nose going to bleed. We may get to fight. But I use this for what? The wrong purpose. School has a purpose. You are here to learn. You're using school for the wrong purpose. It's going to cause you some pain. You say, I don't feel no pain. Nobody hurt me. It's going to hit you when you graduate or when you drop out or when you see your other students who handle their business have success. That's when that pain going to come because that's when you're going to realize. I tell my kids all the time, you're going to be 25. Somebody say, no, it's going to be a little earlier than that, 22. I say, you're going to be 25, and that's going to be that one day you wake up and look in the mirror and say, what did I do with my life? Or you going to look in the mirror and say, look at my life. That's it. That's all I'm telling you it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You may be 21 or 25, but you're going to wake up. I'm telling you now, wake up. Wake up. Get a reason for coming to school. If you really want to go to the league, grind out. It hurts me so bad to see guys who can really shoot basketball, who really got a good opportunity to go pro, but they won't handle their business in the classroom and you not playing because you can't pass? That's the craziest idea. I don't even know how that even make common sense. I had a homeboy in college, one of the number one running backs in the state of Mississippi when I went. That's when Deuce McAllister was there. He my homeboy. He has a room on this side. I have a room on this side. We always talking. I met him in college. He's like, man, yeah, I'm going pro. You stick with me. You can be my agent. You good. I'm like, I take that. But I'm like, so he come out the next couple of weeks. He like, man, they tripping. They won't let me play. I'm like, why? I got to pass. I'm like, what's the problem? You go to class, you pass, you play football. I don't want to do the work. But see, in high school, they just let him slide on through. But now in college, they hold you accountable. And you can't do the thing you love because you too scared to do that. And the crazy thing about it in college, guys, they will give you a tutor. Oh, come on. Bro, you got somebody that'll sit down one-on-one with you and you still don't want to do the work. I wouldn't put you on my team. Care how good you can run the football. That shows me your work ethic. Needless to say, he never went pro. But you know what? I didn't risk my dream on his dream. I went and handled my business. But I'm going to tell you a story. I messed up too. I made some bad choices too. Nobody's perfect, but what I'm saying is your mind has to be about doing something great. My second year in college, well, my first year, I decided when I got to college, I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna do my work. The number one reason why I believe most people flunk out of college is because of freedom. Because you're free. Like nobody tells you to go to class. You don't want to go? You don't go. The professor don't, most of the time, they don't take attendance. They just give you the test. You flunk, you flunk. You come in here and act crazy, they don't send you to ISD. They call the police. Come get him. Period. There ain't no more ISD, ISS, all that type stuff. Matter of fact, we shouldn't even have ISD. It should be empty. Mr. Garth should go down there and say, you know what? We're going to cancel this whole program. We want you to come upstairs and teach because all our students, 100% of them, handle their business. That's what you should be focusing on. So anyway, my first year of college, I get there, I make my schedule out. Class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 classes on Tuesday and Thursday. I get out about 12. I sit down, do my homework, study. I'm on it for a year. Second year, I meet some guys. Here comes the trouble. We instead of living on campus, we rent a house. Really don't need to do that. Now I got bills. Should have stayed in the dorm, but I get the house. I can handle this. I have the lead. I don't understand the whole concept, but I get the house anyway. We rent this house. It's 3 of us. Everybody's chop up the rent. But then they buy a video game. And when I tell you we wake up at 6 o'clock, bruh, you talking about an alarm clock? I got it set for 6. Meet me on the couch at 6 o'clock. You going down today, boy. Here I am in college, but I'm trying to whoop him in a football game. That's not why my mama sent me here, but I lost focus. Because I was getting whooped. When I tell you they were whooping me, I hadn't won a game in like 5 days. I mean, and we playing it all day. So I'm like 1-29. And I'm like, no, you ain't getting me. 6 o'clock, be up. We in there 6 o'clock, we at it all day, all day, all day. Class come and go. Sometimes we get up, go to campus, we got an empty book bag, faking like we're a student, go to class, go to sleep, and tell my we went to class today. You ain't learned nothing. Meet me at the house at 3. We right back on the game. That was my life for 2 years. Blew 2 years of my life I never get back. 2 years. And still wouldn't wake up until we got a knock on the door. My other roommate played football. He was on a scholarship, so he had to go to class and pass. So yeah, he would play sometime, but when it's class time, he gone. Football practice, he gone. So his mom opened the door and said, y'all going to graduation today? Graduation? Today is graduation. She said, y'all ain't graduating today? I'm so embarrassed. My man, this the guy I live with. I didn't even know he was graduating. That's how focused I'm in it. It's a game. That's how y'all are with your cell phone. You so into it, you really missing what you need to be focused on. Bumper Snapchat or Facebook or whatever you own. We sitting there, so I made up my mind. I took responsibility for my own education. That's what you got to do. I told my roommates, I said, okay, he graduated. I'm not getting another roommate. I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Don't call me and play another game unless you want to study. Don't bring the game because I ain't playing. So I go see my advisor because I've been to school already. All right, it's 4 years because I went first 2. So I'm taking a couple classes. I go to my advisor. I say, look, can I graduate in anything? I went to school to graduate in marketing. I didn't even care anymore. I said, look, I got all these classes I've taken. Can I graduate in something? She said, Mr. Williams, we can't put you in any major. You can't graduate. It's a bunch of classes, but they not focusing on anything. I said, okay, hold on. How much longer do I have before I graduate? She said, you're going to do another 2 years. I said, oh, no. I'm not going to do another 2 years. But there was a point in my life I could have just quit. I said, okay, it's summertime. This is June. I should be out kicking it and having fun. I said, put down the classes I need to take right now. She said, Mr. Williams, you can't pass it. People will tell you that. Because if your why ain't big enough, that's enough to make you quit. This is my advisor. Somebody who advises you is somebody who gives you information you should go on. She said, you can't pass them. I said, write them down. This is my life. If I flunk it, does it hurt you? She said, you know what? You want it? 500 level marketing. That's when we get in the big classes. 300 level business stats. That's hard math. 201 accounting. You sitting in class all day. In the summer. Your homeboy saying, you want to go to Miami? We finna go kick it. I ain't going. So I get in the class. I go to my girlfriend's house. I don't even know why she's still around. I said, listen, baby. I know I had all these dreams, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. I said, you know what? I'm going to shut up talking. Just watch me. I said, I'm not going to say another word about what we're going to do. I said, just watch me. So I go to class, and I put that 110 in. I'm talking about sitting up front, taking notes and studying. When I get home for class, I don't turn the video game on. I don't watch TV. I pull out my math notebook, and I do the same problem until I understand it. Not until I got the problem right. Just because you come up with an answer don't mean you understand the concept. I'm studying 2-3 hours every day because my reason to graduate became much bigger than my excuse to quit. I ain't want to lose that girl. All right, y'all ain't seen my wife. I think my wife's the most beautiful person in the world. But that's just me. She's supposed to be. But anyway, she's a good person too. All right. But my reason, I was just playing with that. My reason to graduate was huge. I wanted, number one, to make my mom proud. She didn't put that work in. I wanted, number one, to make my girlfriend proud. She was in law school. She put the work in. That's why I got that excellence from, because she would be like, I'd be like, let's go out and have some fun. She's like, I got to study. It's like, you can take one. She's like, I got to study. I'm in law school. You don't understand. You can't let people break you. She would not even let me. So I'm grinding in my class. I'm going to tell you about this one class. I'm taking business stats, right? Hard math. I'm sitting up front. I got a teacher who's teaching it who does not speak good English. She's from another country. Not only is the math hard, bro, I can't even understand what she's saying. I'm like, God, what you trying to do? So I'm asking questions. I'm like, ma'am, can you go back over number 2? And you look at number 3. She's like, Mr. Williams, I know you want to learn, but I can't spend all day on that one question. She said, however, I got a grad student. You'll come back at 4 o'clock. He has 1 hour you can spend with him. I said, I'll be here. I show up at 4. I'm ready to learn. My man can't speak good English either. He from the same place she's from. I'm like, okay, God, you playing now. You playing for real now. So I'm sitting in there, my man getting frustrated because I can't understand it. He pretty much saying I can't explain it no simpler than this, but I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. So I said, he started doing this like he finna leave. I said, hold, bro. Your professor said you got 1 hour with me. We gonna stay here till I get it or until this hour up. It's your choice. So you know what he started doing? Trying to really help me to understand what was going on. So because he had somewhere to go. What am I saying? You are responsible for your own education. I don't care where you gotta go. You gotta be here for 1 hour with me right now. If that ain't gonna work, you need to talk to your professor. You signed up for this hour. It belongs to me. There is no more excuses. Let them go. In college, when I joined the fraternity, one of the things we had to learn was what is an excuse? What does it actually mean? Because they wouldn't accept them. It says excuses are tools. Yeah, an excuse is a tool. It's like a hammer. It'll build something. But what will it build? It'll build monuments of nothingness. You'll have a whole lot of nothing. Keep coming with an excuse. You're going to have a whole lot of nothing. Because you got a plenty of them. You throwing them down every day. I'm late because. I don't have my homework because. I can't pass because. Bump them excuses. Let's go to work. You have the ability. Some of y'all probably heard of Les Brown, some of these older people. Les Brown, motivational speaker. Listen to me. Listen. Just because somebody give you a label, they put you in special ed and all that means nothing. Let's say he showed up for class to this new teacher. The new teacher say, do that work for me right there. Let's say, I can't do it. The teacher say, what you mean you can't do it? Can you read that? Do you know what that number say? He said, yeah. So why you can't do it? He said, you don't know me, do you? My name is Les Brown. I'm sped. He said, boy, I don't care that you sped. I don't care nothing about you sped. ADHD, because you ain't got no DADD. Why? I don't care about that. Can you do the problem? He said, change this life. Because somebody said, what somebody else say about you don't mean it's true. Forget, you got to believe in you. So what am I saying? I'm saying, man, let the excuses go. I put on that poster board, 21 days to become an excellent student. Some of y'all are addicted to being average. You ever seen a crackhead? Listen to me. Listen to me. If you've ever seen a crackhead, either on TV or in real life, he is addicted to that drug. And even if he wanted to quit, why can't he quit? Because he's addicted. When a 70 hits your paper, you ought to start crying. But many of y'all say, I'm good. Boy, I paid that tip, boy. That's second car. So, you bring that home to your mama talking about, look what I did. That's all you got in you is 7%. So what am I saying? Here's what happened. In order for that person to get off that drug, you know where they send them? They go to rehab. They go to rehab and they snatch the drug away from them. And their body go through withdrawal. Here's what I've learned. It usually takes about 21 days to break a bad habit, 21 days to have a good habit. I'm challenging you for 21 days starting today. Not tomorrow, starting today. 21 days. Show up with your book bag. Show up with your book bag. Number one, get you a book bag. Show up with your book bag. Not only that, if you're taking 8 subjects, put you 8 notebooks in your book bag, 1 for each class. 10 pencils. I'm getting real specific. There's no more excuse. 10 pencils. Well, I need 10. If one break, you got 9 more. 3 pens to write down stuff that you really want to write down, stuff that's really important, and a couple of highlighters. So when that teacher says something that stands out, you highlight it. Become a student. That's what a student do. 21 days. Give me 21. You coming and grinding. You go home at night and put yourself 30 minutes. Take your cell phone, give it to your mama, because if it sits on your nightstand, you're going to answer it. Give it to your mama. Hey, this study time for me. Somebody call, tell them I'll call them back. That's what a student do. She ain't talking about nothing, no way. Talking about somebody, and you need to be preparing for a test. Give me 30 minutes a night for 21 days. 21. You're going to become addicted to excellence, boy. When you get an 80, you're going to start crying. Or you better. I'm going to call Mr. Gardner. You got to become addicted. Am I saying you got to make all hundreds? No, I'm saying you got to bring everything you got to the table, though. Most of you all in here have never gave everything you got. Everything. The lights off. Mama didn't pay the electric bill. Cell phone light. We ain't got nothing to eat. Mr. Gardner, can I get something extra at lunchtime? You got to put all your business out there, but stop thinking about how I can get away with it and start thinking about how can I still succeed even though there's an obstacle in my life. Y'all ain't ready yet. All these grown-ups in here, real life gonna knock you down. Real life gonna hit you with some real situations. And the only people that keep going is the ones that can get up. You got hit, you lost your job, you got hit, your car got broke into, well, what are you gonna do? Get up and keep moving. You gotta let the excuses go. So all I'm asking you to do, stop being addicted to just being an average person. You're born with a purpose. You got a reason to be here. Let's get it in. You have a school, and I talked about this last time. You got a school in Chicago This is what everything's going to be. I'm speaking into it. It's going to be this right here. It's a school in Chicago. 100% graduate and go to college. Know how many years they've done that? 5. Not in 1970, then again in 1980, then again in 2000. 5 times in a row. SPED, ADHD, no DADY. It don't matter. You can do this. There is no more excuses, people. Greatness, potential, all of that's already in you. So forget your clothes, the jewelry, all that's good. But your grades got to be of the utmost importance. You're trying to build a foundation of your... How raise your hand if you're in the 9th grade? 9th graders. I want you to listen to me close. 12th grade? 12th grade. You're a senior. No seniors, one senior. Listen. You have 3 years left. 3 years. It's going to pass by like the wind. I remember y'all 5 years. That's been 5 years ago. Here we are standing here now. 5 years, it passed by like the wind. You only get one life. One life. If I show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm finna give you teaching me and I'm finna give you 45 minutes of my time, you better bring me something. If I'm your teacher and I'm standing in front of you for 45 minutes, you ought to want something from me. This is your life. You ought to say, Mr. Williams, I need you to do a little better on that lesson plan, bruh. Not in front of all the kids. Why? Because you here for a purpose and you want to get it. But don't tell me that when you sleep. They tell me, oh, the teacher ain't teaching nothing. You sleep. How you know? You don't have a pencil, no paper. How you know what I'm teaching? You sleep. Wake up, people. Last thing. What time we got, Mr. Gar?
Yes,
6 seconds. Listen, last thing. Whatever your reason is, if it's not bigger than your excuses, you're going to keep making them. Right now, y'all got excuses bigger than your reason to be successful. You've got to find why. If you really want to go to the NFL, if that's your reason, it don't matter that English is the most boring subject in the world. You go in and handle your business anyway because you want to go to the league. You can't play unless you pass. Whatever your reason is, it's got to be bigger than your excuse. Because until that happens, this is going to win out. Thank you.